So yesterday, we discussed the 7th atheist who was hacked to death in Bangladesh. He was a university professor named Rezaul Karim Siddiqui. Well, it took all of 1 day to give us the 8th victim here. So the International Business Times reports, suspected Islamic militants hacked to death a leading gay rights activist and a friend in an apartment in the Bangladeshi capital Monday, police said. 5 or 6 assailants went to the apartment of Zulhaz Manan, an editor of Bangladesh's first magazine for gay, bisexual, and transgender people, and attacked him and a friend with sharp weapons. They entered the apartment disguised as couriers. They also wounded a security guard. Witnesses said the attackers shouted Allahu Akbar as they fled the scene. Now, again, think about that. Yesterday, we covered the story of the 7th victim who was targeted because he's an atheist. They released a statement. The Islamist militants who hacked him to death released a statement. It was like, yeah, it's because he's an atheist. Of course, that's why we did it. In this case, they're like, okay, well, you're a liberal activist. So you believe in gay rights? Gay rights? Okay, now we're going to kill you because you believe that. So make no mistake about it, man. There is an all-out war in Bangladesh on atheists, on secularists, and on liberals. And I said it yesterday, I'll say it again today. If you're an atheist in Bangladesh, if you're a secularist, you're a liberal, arm yourself. This is a sheer matter of self-defense. What's the one thing I always say on the show? I say, I swear off violence in all cases except one, self-defense. That's what this is. Dude, they're telling you. They're not hiding it. They're like, no, if you're an atheist, if you're a secularist, if you're a liberal, I will kill you. I'm going to kill you if you're in Bangladesh and you are these things. Okay, so they just declared war on you. You'd be crazy not to be packing. You absolutely should pack. And understand, you could be as anti-gun as you want in terms of domestic policy. That's fine. But we're talking about a classic case of self-defense here. So there's no hypocrisy, no nothing. If somebody tells you, I'm going to kill you, and that's going to happen, of course you're going to get something to defend yourself with. It only makes sense. So you have to do that. And think about the state of affairs right now that we're dealing with here in Bangladesh. You want to talk about a persecuted minority. And you want to talk about fucking raging bigots. The bigots are the Islamists. That's what's happening. The bigots are the people who are hacking everybody to death. And what's so hilarious is that they say, we're so offended by you that we're going to machete you to death. No. You know what's fucking offensive? Macheteing people to death. That's what's offensive. You're offensive. You're the bigot. You're the bad guy. Okay, the real persecuted minority that we're talking about in Bangladesh, unquestionably, it's the atheists, it's the secularists, it's the liberals. Those ideas are under attack. There is a literal war against those people. And, okay, you're murdering people, you're killing people, you're doing terrorism, because that's what this is, because of your fucking mythical fairy tale beliefs. If you're a Muslim fundamentalist, you're wrong. You're incorrect. You don't believe things that are true. So if you're acting on this, as many of them do, and they think like, no, I'm nailing it. I got this life figured out, and they're the enemies, and I'm the good guy. If you believe that, you're an idiot. You're a vicious, savage idiot, and you're a barbarian. You were brainwashed from when you were young to reading a book that makes no sense whatsoever, and you think that book is accurate. The book that, as I often bring up on the show, alludes to the fact that semen comes from your backbone. The book that has talking hands and talking feet. The book that has a plethora of unscientific horseshit, including your prophet riding to heaven on a winged donkey. You think that book is so infallible and so true that you will kill people who disagree with it. And God wants that. Well, wait a second. If that were all true, why wouldn't God just do that himself? Like, okay, they disagreed with me. Well, I know I'm right. I'm the one that wrote the book. I'm God. Dead. That's it. Dead. Why would he need your punk ass to go do it for him? If God is so mighty, why doesn't he just kill him? If your God is real, let him strike me down right now. Let him kill me right now. I'm waiting. Go ahead. Strike me down. It's not going to happen. Why? Your God is bullshit. That's why. Your God is a fairy tale. Your God is a myth. Your God is like Narnia and the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. It's like Pokemon or Dungeons and Dragons or Magic the Gathering. It ain't real. It's fictional. So you need to know that. You need to know you're wrong, and you need to know that your God can blow me. How about that? So even if your God were real, would I actively worship a God that wants everybody to get slaughtered? No. Fuck that God. Fuck that God. That's the kind of God you want to worship? That says quite a bit about who you are. That says quite a bit about you. And understand, in no way, shape, or form am I trying to indict all religious people. There are many good religious people who I may disagree with them, and I think they're factually incorrect about what their worldview is, but they can be good people, and they can act in a tolerant, loving way to everybody, and that's most religious people. But the fundamentalists, and in this case, Islamic fundamentalists, they're the problem, they're the virus, they're the cancer, they're the most immoral, and as they slaughter everybody, they cry like they're the victims. Oh my God, you've persecuted me by not letting me slaughter everybody that disagrees with me. No. You're persecuting them. You're wrong. You're the bigot. You're the oppressor. They are the victims. Anti-atheist bigotry 101, anti-secular bigotry. They view them all as inferiors. You're the problem here, not them. They're the solution.